I no, it's official. I'm doing it right here. What is this channel even called? Actually, it's called Car Creations, right? Yeah, Car Creations. I don't even know what this channel is. I have no clue what I am watching. So, 8 videos here. I don't know how long these videos are, but is that already an advertisement?
I own a crashed 2017 F55 Mini. So in this video, we bought a new LZI2 JCW bumper, which we're going to retrofit onto this car. If you want to see how this is done, leave a like.
This audio actually sounds really bad for me, but, you know, it shouldn't be bad anywhere else. Close out of that. Holy smokes, I suck. Should have rehearsed. No, actually, I can't hear anything
Subscribe
now.
and enjoy the video.
Holy smokes, jeez Louise. This is going south.
My name is Ethan, and welcome to Car Creations. Alright, so finally got the pieces back from the paint shop, and they look spectacular. The fleck on this, they're amazing. They haven't been buffed or anything. We will do that when we get the car detailed, but they're looking amazing. They were just painted this morning. Because they're in and we've been waiting such a long time, I think we're going to put this bumper together. Now, in case you haven't noticed, this is the new LCI2 JCW bumper. And this comes in the 2022 and 2023, and maybe 2024 JCW cars.
Maybe.
And it's huge, it's aggressive, it looks amazing, and I would recommend it to get installed on your car if you're looking to upgrade your bumper. If you are looking to upgrade your bumper, reach out to Outmotoring, and they have a huge selection of mini products, and they were kind enough to help me get all this stuff together and help me with this project. So we'll leave a link to them down here in the description. If you want anything mini or any of the bumpers, they only come primed, they do not come painted, so make sure that you are okay to have them painted. But without any further ado, let's get this project started. Where do you even start with this?
I should have chosen something completely different to what. Is that already what? Alright.
What I'm going to start is by bring over the main section of the bumper. The way that these JCW bumpers work is they have a main frame. Makes it pretty cost effective for Mini, because all they have to do is make one giant piece, and they have all the other little trim pieces that bolt onto it. So what we're going to do right now is put all the trim pieces on the bumper, and then we will show you how you fit it to your car. Alright, so this should be pretty easy to put together, but a lot of fun. So let's start with putting this piece on. So literally all you have to do snap her in. A lot easier than trying to take this off. So
yeah, wait.
Don't make any errors.
That's difficult to take off.
So what I'm also trying to do here is go check on the back to make sure that the snaps are coming through properly. All snaps into place and it looks amazing. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to put on, when we put on the big black vent.
Did he really have to say it like that?
Very nicely. This is so satisfying. Wow. Let's put on the big painted part.
This man is almost as awkward as I am.
This piece is going to kind of go on an angle over here. Hey James, do you want to go from the back and just hold the other end? Ah! Cool. While we're over here, we can get the other little plastic piece wherever I put it. Ah yes, just have to snap it a lot harder. And put this one on. Now I'm going to try to remember
I actually don't know how, I don't know what this whole video is going to be. How long is this? Oh, dang, 9 minutes. Okay.
I'm trying to look through to the other side.
So they're installing a bumper, but like how is there 8 videos in the place? Like what is the playlist about actually?
Last painted portion that goes on down here.
I don't know who this is. Like I've never watched this channel before. I just searched the car and this is one of the first things that popped up.
Through it and pull the tabs through.
I cannot. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's a rebuild project, so I guess they're.
I think that's all in. Arguably, my favorite part of this entire bumper is this red strip. Look at that. It looks so good.
Wow, this car's so unresponsive.
It's like buying a new car. Dude.
crazy.
Does
The
look
last
nice.
bit of this is going to be this,
icing on the cake.
yes, camel black piece that goes all the way around. Once again, we're going to start from the side. Oh, dude, and it snaps gloriously. Let's take a moment to appreciate this.
Yes.
When did I buy this car?
When did?
No idea. It was a blog.
Probably in like December, January, and I had this image in my head of putting this
Don't know
bumper
how old
on
this video is.
when I was bidding on the car, and I'm just kidding.
I actually don't even know if this.
And finally, I'm doing it. And this summer was quite hard for me, and now we're back at it with a beautiful bumper, all put back together and painted, and I'm ready to put on my car. So let's do it. Alright, so one of the first things that we're going to do is put on the liner at the bottom with like 2 trillion of these 8mm screws. But thankfully we have a tool for that, and that's the air in our shop. I keep flexing that, but I'm very happy with that.
So nice.
I don't think I'm gonna watch the whole playlist of it, so I'm done gonna finish this video.
When James installed the underliner, I set about trying to work on the ducts, and this was quite difficult as my car does not have the second JCW radiator. For people watching my video while trying to install this, I would suggest getting a piece for the grill that basically blanks out this spot, as you don't really need it unless you have a radiator there. So, what I'm trying to do here, if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. Basically, if it was a JCW radiator, it would go right here, but I guess we'll just put it on like that. Alright, now for the moment you've all been waiting for. We're actually going to put the bumper on the Mini. And to say I'm excited would be an understatement. So, grab it over here. She's heavy. That's beautiful.
It's not a smart thing to do from the street. This is weird.
This bit was actually quite easy. Just slowly push it on and tack on the screws at the end to hold in place. Oh, it's looking so good. Alright, so we're getting quite close. We're just trying to tack it in.
And that looks really good.
So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put the bolts that are along the top up here. You would have thought that that needs to be on the outside, but it actually doesn't. You actually can see a little bit.
I'm not even aware of what the tent
Nice, look at that. All the way along.
I can't see this.
All the way along. Let's look at awesome. Look at that. Dude. The next thing that we need to put on is the edges. So side flares, side trim, whatever you want to call it. It is pretty simple, but what happens is these down here, you have to pull this out, and then it goes in there.
Can we pull this out? Oh, look at that.
And before you go any farther,
yeah,
we're going to leave this open because we're going to have to test the indicators. And the cool thing is that we got the nice JCW fender flare thing.
Fender flare.
Fender flare. Alright, that's probably far enough.
Oh.
Alright, snapping in the indicators. James got both of them, so now I'm going to turn on the car and we're going to test it. Look at that! Okay, so they're on. Alright, want to snap these on?
Wow, this is way more entertaining than the video. I'm going to keep watching the video.
First try.
Yeah, because I did the hard stuff. Oh, don't break it, mate. Oh.
And now the last thing that I kind of missed, so we have to film this different day, was screw these 8mm screws all along the front down there.
Oh,
and
right.
yeah,
That's
we're all set. It's going to look amazing.
Okay, we're basically at the end of the video. Good to know. Yeah. I really should have chosen a more eventful video. This is literally just putting a bumper on a Mini. Like, I mean, it looks really nice, but like, why? Why is it something that I thought would be interesting for a reaction stream? I don't know what the goal was here. But that does look nice. I can tell there's something going on in the back of this, so we're replacing that as well.
Alright, so that's our video for today. We hope you enjoyed. This looks absolutely amazing. So leave a huge like on the video and subscribe if you really liked it. And if you have any questions or comments,
oh yeah, there's something missing around the headlights. So I see, this must have been like some
Outmotoring, because they have
trash
an amazing
car
website and tons of stuff that we're going to be
fixing
adding
up
to the car,
to be,
as well as
looking
tons
like a
of mods
project car or
for
something.
any R-Series, S-Series, anything. We just got a bunch of packages with retrofits and mods and everything for this car. So make sure you subscribe for plenty more content like this. But most of all, we hope you all have an amazing rest of your day.
Well, actually, that was sort of interesting. Not something I'm going to, like, pay attention to, but, like, it was cool, you know? Like, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it or anything. Like it's sort of neat, I guess. Yeah, I don't think this poor little laptop can handle doing all of this crap at the same time, in all honesty. It loads like dookie. Like, are you seeing that right there? Holy smokes. How far back did I have to go? Wait, where did I start from? Just press the home button. It's just way smarter. Way smarter. Yeah, this thing's definitely choppy as crap. But that's okay. As long as the stream doesn't look too bunghole, I'm okay. I'll be okay, 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 I'll be okay. I was gonna look here. I didn't actually watch this video, but I did click on it, so I want to know what it's all about. So I wanted to watch this one on stream, and I clicked on it for like 2 seconds, so that it would be in my history, but then it just popped up, and so I guess we're just gonna watch it. It's got a paper motion in it as well. It's kind of nice. That's swanky.
Washington, D.C. is the capital city of the United States of America, but very uniquely within the U.S.,
Really?
the territory
Hold on.
making up the city of D.C. isn't a part...
Pause. Cool it.
Washington, D.C. is the capital city of the United States of America, but very uniquely within the U.S., the territory making up the city of D.C. isn't a part of any of the 50 American states. Instead, the 64 square miles of territory that makes up Washington, D.C.'s area is classified as a federal district under the direct control of the United States Congress. And that fact leads to a lot of strange consequences. All the citizens of every state in the Union are given the right of representation in the U.S. Congress by electing a number of representatives to the House based on that state's population, and exactly 2 senators to the Senate. But since Washington, D.C. isn't a part of any state, and nor is it its own state, the 714,000 or so stateless U.S. citizens who live within it have no ability to elect their own representatives or senators to Congress, and thus they have no representation or any say in the way that Congress operates. And this is really important, because Congress is the body of government that creates and passes new laws, and sets taxes across the country, including within the confines of D.C., meaning that D.C. residents pay federal taxes just like any citizen from any state, but they get no vote or representation on how their taxes are set and spent, a fact that doesn't go unnoticed by Washington, D.C.'s official license plates. As of the 2019 fiscal year, the residents of D.C. pay more in overall federal income tax than the residents of 21 actual U.S. states. And on a per capita basis, D.C. residents pay more in federal taxes than the residents of any other state in the Union. And unlike the residents of all those other states that pay less, they don't get any representation in Congress at all, the body that sets their tax rates. Understandably, there's a fierce fight going on right now within D.C. to finally gain their voice and representation in Congress through becoming America's newest and 51st state, which would finally ensure them their representatives and senators. 86% of D.C. voters approved the district's push towards statehood back in 2016, and the current president, Joe Biden, has voiced his support for the movement as well. But the push for D.C. statehood and representation has been going on for well over 1.5 centuries now, and despite the overwhelming support for statehood within D.C. itself, there is still a ferocious level of opposition against it across the rest of the United States, making the cause for D.C. statehood one of the most contentious and divisive of all modern American political subjects. And in order to understand how we even got to this absurd situation in the first place, you've got to understand a bit about how it all began more than 200 years ago. Shortly after the American Revolution, the United States was really more of a loose alliance of various different states with various different interests and ideologies. America's founders decided at that time that it would be best to keep the new country's capital and seat of power out of the control of any one state in order to prevent power from being concentrated within any one state's perceived rival. The seat of government and power was to be jointly shared by all of America's states as equals. Therefore, it was written into the Constitution that the seat of federal government would be placed within a federally controlled district outside the jurisdiction of any state, and it was not to exceed 10 miles square in area, or in other words, a square with 4 10-mile sides, or 100 square miles in overall area. But the precise location of where this district was supposed to be placed was never specified, nor was any minimum size for it specified. In 1790, George Washington himself decided the district's location would be between the states of Virginia and Maryland along the Potomac River, and the maximum size of 10 miles square would be chosen as well. Thus, Virginia donated some of their land to make up the southern half of the district, while Maryland donated some of their land to make up the northern half of it. This is the 10-mile square that became the Federal District of Washington, D.C., directly governed and ruled by the United States Congress. But of course, people actually lived on that land that was donated by Virginia and Maryland to form it. And those people suddenly now found themselves stateless without any ability to vote for representatives in the Congress that now governed over them, and without any ability to even vote for the president either, since that was also something that only the residents of the states could do. And since Congress ruled the district, Congress appointed DC's mayor and city council, all without the ability of the DC residents to even vote for them. Now obviously...
Really? Oh, no. That's okay.
Now obviously, this unequal arrangement has been, let's say, unpopular among the stateless and voteless residents of DC for well over 200 years now, and it's been a gradual, centuries-long process now to fix it. By 1846, the white residents of DC and the formerly Virginian half were upset at their lack of representation because they were worried that the abolitionists in Congress, who they couldn't vote for, were going to outlaw slavery within the district and take away their slaves. So, in order to get around it, they begged Virginia to take back the land that they had previously donated to form DC, and in 1846, Congress agreed, and returned it all back to them. The newly made white citizens of Virginia then had representation to vote for Virginia's representatives and senators in Congress, and vote for president. And they did it all simply to maintain the status of slavery. And at the same time, this was the decision that formed the modern boundaries of DC that we know of today at about 64 square miles of area, down from the previous 100. But back then, the issue of people living within DC not having any representation wasn't the massive deal that it is today, because DC's population was still fairly small. Less than 50,000 people lived there back in the 1850s, which was significantly less people than any state at the time. But then, fast forward through a century of unprecedentedly rapid historical changes across the American Civil War, industrialization, Jim Crow, the 2 world wars, and the Civil Rights era, you would see that DC's population exploded more than 15 times, to the point of there being more than 750,000 residents by the 1960s. Which was by that point more than these 11 actual U.S. states, and nearing half a percentage point of the entire American population. And yet, despite all of that rapid change in population over the past century, nothing at all had been done to fix any of the issues of DC residents' representation and ability to vote in government. And by the time of the American Civil Rights Movement of the 1950s, this fact began gaining particular attention due to the fact that the majority of DC's population were by this point African Americans. At 54% of DC's population in 1960, that was more than 400,000 people of color within the district who weren't allowed to govern themselves, still could not vote for the president, and who still had zero representation of any kind in America's government. But the winds of change were finally beginning to blow. In 1961, Congress successfully passed and ratified the 23rd Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which sort of worked out a partial solution to the overall problem. The amendment granted all the residents of D.C. the ability to finally vote for the president as if they were an actual state. You see, American presidential elections are based around the concept of the Electoral College, in which every state in the Union appoints a number of electors with one vote each based on the size.
Ain't no chance I'm gonna finish this video right now. Mainly because it is a whack topic and I want to laugh. This is not really something that I laugh at or laugh about. So I'm gonna look over on the side here and see. How? Rhode Island is literally like a tiny little speck. How is there? Huh? Whoa, look. Don't want to know how that happens, but alright. Goodness gracious. No, help y'all now. Help y'all now. It just went back down? Freedom. I ask for freedom. Freedom! Yeah, this is bad. This is a very, very bad situation that I'm in. It loaded, but holy smokes, it's a bad, it's a bad, no. I can't do it. No. I could, but I can't. Like, I don't think I have the power, you know, the strength. Sure. Oh, brother. What in the world? Yeah, this is trash tier, this is trash tier content. See, I don't even know how to react to things. So, like, this is not good for me, personally. I'm not good at reacting to, like, videos. Like, I don't know how reactors just can sit down. What is going on, man? Yeah, I don't know how, like, reactors can just react. You know? Like, I don't know how they can really just sit down and make content that's, like, good to watch. Also, I don't think this laptop can handle what we're trying to put it to, which is a problem. Cause I don't know better. Yep. Oh dang! Now that would well, you see, that's why you don't just press things. All right. We're staring at the Google screen then. Let me back in! Freedom! Ow. Freedom! Can't be dropping that. Well, I mean, I've already read it. It's the final volume. My nose went that dirty. Final volume. I don't know if that's readable, actually. I don't know if it's inverted or whatever. But yeah. Let's see what we're looking at. What we're looking at here. What is going to load? Okay. Because it's like, this seems interesting. That's a like, but also, will it load? Seems like fair mongering. I want to watch it just because it seems super dumb. I'm not gonna do it right now. Dang, an hour ago? I don't know, man. But like, dang, that's like, I don't know. Just keep scrolling, man. Fall into the idiocy. Because that's all it is, man. It is just idiocy. In fact, did meet. Pretty sure I watched all of the Chucky kill count recounts, podcast, curated kill count playlist, big body counts, James' personal favorites, horror movie classics. How about I just go to videos and scroll down until I want to see something? So I might rewatch some because I mean they're all pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, take forever to scroll down to it then. That's what we're doing then. I don't know what I'm going for here. This was 9 months ago? Whoa, where did the time go? That's something else. Like, genuinely, man, where does the time go? I remember waiting for this one to come out. What in the world? How does that happen? I can only wonder. Cause I remember when, well, I don't really care about Jason X, but I remember when that came out. Wowzers, man. A New Beginning. Is this the one where, like, literally the killer wasn't even I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, A New Beginning. I think so. I really liked this. This was one of my favorite Friday the 13th, actually. Which is stupid because it's kind of wacky.
Victims in all our favorite horror movies.
I really like it.
James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, released in 19...
Help me out now. Calm down. Slow your roll, man. We're gonna have to run that all the way back. This is such a pain. Come on. You see, that's why I don't just click on videos, because it takes an effort just to get them to work. Also, the audio is so sucky in my headphones. It's possibly because they're Bluetooth. Like, I could plug in... Well, that's only one ear, and those have a short in them.
85.
So, I don't know. Slow down. Wait a minute. Who said talk? Who in the world said talk? Run it all the way back to the beginning. And don't freeze, man.
Welcome to the Kill
Right.
Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, released in 1985. A New Beginning is
the
sometimes
one.
called the Halloween
Yeah.
3 of the Friday franchise,
I love
since
this.
this is the one without Jason as the killer. I mean, other than the first one, where he's an imaginary swamp boy. And other than Jason Goes to Hell, where he's like there, but also not really, mostly. As I emphasized in the last episode, Jason really did die at the end of the final chapter. He was a human man, and Tommy Jarvis killed him. The end. At least for human Jason Voorhees. A New Beginning was a
See,
chance
the
to continue
quality
the
of the-
money-making Friday.
See, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get this quality any types of good. See, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get HD. I don't think I'm gonna get 180p. I'm gonna attempt, but from that low to up, this sucks. There's no shot, right? No shot.
The 13th saga with a new killer who also wears a hockey mask and
Yeah.
acts like Jason Voorhees. Joe Zito had
I
ended
should have just
Friday
left it
4.
alone.
The
I
menace
should have left it
shot at
alone.
Tommy Jarvis.
It
So
wasn't
this
gonna- I
fifth
wasn't
Friday
gonna-
catches up with him years
Oh,
later
I'm
as he
putting
struggles
this
with
thing through
PJ
so much
PSD. Dude can't help but think of Jason day
Calm
of
down,
freaking
calm
night.
down, calm down, pause, calm down. We're putting you back where you belong. We're putting you back where you belong. No way I'm gonna get this thing to actually work and look presentable. So we're not gonna try.
So when vicious murders start happening around
gonna
his new
listen to
halfway
him.
home, he thinks
We
the
don't need the
J-Man has somehow
visuals,
come back from the
technically.
grave. But he wouldn't do
I
that
guess
for
we sorta
realsies
do.
until the next film, so the
But
killer in this one is
nowadays,
just
all
the
of
guy.
the
Which
deaths
guy?
get
Well, like
blurred
the
because,
original
you know,
Friday,
back
A New
then, it
Beginning's a
didn't look as
whodunit
real,
with a
but, you know.
mystery killer. And
I'm a-
somehow, its ultimate reveal is even less satisfying than Unmet Mother of Drowny Boy. When I ranked the
stop
Friday
talking
films
about
4 years ago, I said that this was the worst one, and today it's in my top 3. That's demonstrative of how divisive this installment is. Some people hate that the killer's not really Jason, even though, like, come on, it's basically Jason. Other people, like past me, don't like its tone or grind, but now I recognize it for the dark comedy it is. This thing is less a Friday the 13th and more one of those weird low-budget slashers I've become kind of obsessed with over the years. Yeah, its script is formless garbage, but so were the first 4 Fridays, whatever. I like A New Beginning because it's something different for the franchise. Yes, it's still mostly kills and boobs. In fact, a lot of kills and a lot of boobs. While the final chapter was the horniest Friday, A New Beginning is the sleaziest. The women can hardly manage to keep their clothes on, and the camera lingers to take it all in like a filthy peeping Tom. This softcore aesthetic came from the late director Danny Steinman, who began his cinematic career with a porn called High Rise. Honestly, watching some of these scenes makes me feel kinda dirty, so I'm glad I've got Dr. Squatch to take my shower game to the next level. Dr. Squatch has got these soap bars that are just like the best smelling stuff, y'all. There are so many different scents to choose from. I've been enjoying the bright piney cedar citrus, the tropical bay rum, and the deep sea goat's milk, which, I know, weird name, but that one might just be my favorite. Plus, with their equally great smelling shampoo and conditioner, I can have a whole dang Squatch party in the shower. Dr. Squatch uses simple ingredients, so you know what you're rubbing on your bod. Their truly natural products will leave you feeling safe and smelling good, which Jason would surely appreciate if he ever got his hands on you. He's always moving his kills around. It'd be nice if they smelled good, you know? Right now, new customers can get 20% off on orders of $20 or more.
At least
Just use
it's
my
almost
code
over.
DSC
I'm not
Dead
gonna
Meat.
skip
Click the
it,
link
but
in the description
that's
below.
primarily
Clean and good
because I
smelling,
think
A
it's
New
gonna
Beginning is
be
not.
a
And in
struggle.
addition to all the TNA, there's also heaps of casual hard drug use. That, too, came from director Danny Steinman, who
Yeah.
reportedly used cocaine throughout production. These set stories, I tell ya. Because Steinman was so coked up and focused on boobs, he basically ignored the actors and let them do whatever they wanted.
He just said, just do it. So from that moment on, and that was about, I think, the second or third day of filming. So at that moment, I said, okay, you're really on your own here.
This results in a non-stop parade of amazing and memorable characters. You want a dirty old lady who cusses everyone out?
The next little bastard comes near my farm, I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out. You hear me?
You got it. You want the mayor of Crystal Lake to seem like he runs an Atlantic City casino?
This is a small town, man. And small towns
are supposed to be safe. You got it. You want Miguel A. Nunez Jr. looking like Michael Jackson and getting diarrhea?
Yes.
Damn enchiladas!
You got it. These characters and many more are way more diverse and interesting than the sexy teens from the first 4 films. That's probably why so many of them wound up in the top 10 of the Minor Friday Characters ranking we did on Chelsea's Dead Meat podcast. It's their bizarre actions and hilarious line readings that make A New Beginning so entertaining. They give the movie character. They give the movie life. Of course, even if it's not really Jason, there's also someone giving the movie death. Let's find out who and just how much and get to the kills.
Let's go.
The movie begins in the pouring rain with a wet banana walking around in rain boots. It's Tommy freaking Jarvis, played by Corey the Fell Dog Feldman. He wanted to reprise the character for all of Friday 5, but was too busy filming The Goonies. His schedule was so tight they had to shoot this on a single Sunday in Feldman's neighbor's backyard, using a hose hooked up to a sprinkler valve to simulate rain. Tommy's checking that Jason Voorhees is still tucked in nice and tight when he has to hide from 2 doofuses rolling up with a couple of shovels. These bucket-hatted bros are here to dig up Jason, a very laughy, hollerous affair. Motherfucker said yeehaw. They finally dig up old Worm Eyes, who, holy shit, was buried with a machete. His final wish. Jason lodges the blade deep into this Neil guy's gut to give us the first kill of the film. Jason then stabs the other dude left in the neck with a screwdriver, felling another fool before he even gets out of the grave. J-Man retrieves his #1 favorite weapon as Tommy stands there literally shaking in his boots. In slow motion, Jason brings down the machete to turn Tommy Jarvis into a sweaty hot guy. Yeah, that opening was just a nightmare. But I'll leave Neil and Les on the couch. They're kills in the sense that they're dudes getting killed in a Friday film, you know? They were dream characters in a dream world dying a dream death. I don't know, it feels right to include them. After the standard opening credits, we catch up with a 17-year-old Tommy Jarvis, placing this film in a fictional 1989. The Friday timeline is so weird, I botched it in the last episode. Parts 2, 3, and 4 take place over like a week, not just a weekend. If enough people want, maybe I'll make a timeline video one day, who knows? Tommy has spent the past 5 years at a state-run psychiatric ward, but today he's moving to a halfway home called Pinehurst. Pinehurst is run by Matthew Leder, the latest in a line of generic leader guys, like Steve Christie and Paul Holt. Paul Holt, Matthew's second in command, is Pam Roberts, who loves bottom lash mascara and saying her name.
My name is Pam Roberts.
They tell the silent Tommy that Pinehurst is way chiller than the state ward.
What you're really doing here, Tommy, is preparing yourself to re-enter society and start a new life.
And if you're real good, Tommy, maybe Matt will give you a fedora to wear. While reminiscing about his family and unpacking his clothes, Tommy runs into Reggie the Reckless, a fantastic little sidekick dude whose dialogue is hilarious.
Man, you are one scared cat.
Somehow, 13-year-old actor Shavar Malik Ross makes it work. He's just that naturally charming.
A lot of screaming, and hey, he's got to get off the set. He ain't got too much time, he's got to go to school.
Ross played Gary Coleman's best friend Dudley on Different Strokes, and his parents allowed him to do Friday as long as he didn't have to swear.
Freaking A!
Reggie stresses to Tommy that he's not a halfway home kid. He's only here because his Gramps George works as the place's cook. The two of them clearly care about each other, and I love their relationship.
Do me a favor. Don't kiss me when there's people around, okay?
Okay, it's cool. After bonding over Tommy's homemade mask, Reggie's pulled away to some commotion outside.
Oh, gotta split. Catch you later, there's action.
The Popos are here with 2 of Matthew Leder's kids, Tina and Eddie, who were caught nearby fucking in the woods. Sheriff Tucker don't really give a damn, but someone certainly does. The best character in this movie, who just rolled in piggyback style on her big dumb son.
Morning, Ethel. My, don't you look lovely today?
Poor shit.
Ethel is a dirty little firecracker of profanity.
Would you shut the fuck up?
And she hates the horned-up teens she keeps finding on her property. She threatens to kill them if they trespass again, and she's so crazy she probably means it.
Don't you come near me, Sheriff. I warn you. I got a bomb on me.
Holy Jesus goddamn, that is my favorite line delivery ever. The look on her face as she's coming up with the idea, the unsure utterance,
I got a bomb on me.
and the split-second decision to follow through and commit. Fuck, Ethel's the best. A round of applause for Ethel. Pinehurst, which they filmed in Camarillo, California, is a pretty chill place, even if it kinda looks like a Casey Frey video sometimes. Good place to chop firewood, right, Vic? Oh, hey, Vic, I think I'll get on firewood, man. Who is this guy, the dad from Bewitched? Old Chocolate Fingers there is a chap named Joey, and since he's a big fuck-up who makes the sheets look like someone pooped the bed, the other kids don't get along with him well. Not even when he offers them chocolate chocolate.
I hate.
You hate chocolate, Vic? Oh shit, you hate chocolate. And for attacking him with that chocolate bar, Vic killed Joey